remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath?
Hello and welcome back to another vintage inspired video. Today we're out in the wild, and that is because I am standing at Forrest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California, and this is where many old Hollywood stars of the past are buried. Some of my favorites, and I'm sure some of your favorites as well: Clark Gable, Carole Lombard, Sammy Davis Jr., Elizabeth Taylor, Humphrey Bogart, who is one of my absolute personal favorites. Unfortunately, his ashes are interred in a private area, so we will not be visiting him today, but we will be visiting one of my other top favorite entertainers of the past, Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, he'll be back. His things are still there.
Well, I guess it's safe to put on some lights now.
Not yet.
We will eventually end up in that area up there, but I thought we would take the scenic route and follow this road down a bit and go check out that church that's down there. Also, how cute are all these little birds? I love them, and it's such a nice day out, so I wanted to just take in the surroundings before we go and visit Mr. Stewart. We are currently standing down the hill from where he is buried, right next to this little church, and if you come out here, he is buried right up where the statue of an archer is. I was gonna just take a little walk over here. I have been here before visiting Jimmy Stewart specifically, so now I'm taking you along with me, but I have not explored this little area, so we're gonna come and take a look because it looks just really sweet and peaceful. We'll go see what it says up here. Something I will say about this area, it is stunning. It is very, very hilly. I don't know how they managed to work with the land when it comes to burials because it is very hilly. Okay, I wanted to take a look at this. This is the wishing chair. It says, dressed in our best and all alone, we sit within the wishing chair, which bodes success for everyone exchanging bridal kisses there. Okay, now we're gonna make the trek up the side of the hill here to find Jimmy Stewart. It is not easy, and the dress that I chose to wear at all, oh my goodness. And we'll continue on this direction to find him. If you are ever out looking for a famous grave, it is a good bet to look for the one that has some sort of flowers or other items surrounding it. So here is Jimmy Stewart right down here. James Maitland Stewart, May 20th, 1908 to July 2nd, 1997. There's some flowers that were left for him, a flag, I'm sure in honor of his military service, and some coins. He served in World War II and was a pilot of B-24 bombers, and his family had a long history of serving in the military. So once America did enter World War II, he was one of the first Hollywood entertainers to enlist. And just to give you an idea of the surroundings here, look at how peaceful and beautiful this is. Jimmy Stewart is definitely one of my all-time favorites, and he not only is one of my all-time favorites, he starred in one of my favorite, I think, top 3 classic films, It's a Wonderful Life. I love that movie. I watch it every year, and I cry at the same scene at the end every year. I think that this is really sweet. Jimmy Stewart did not marry until his 40s, but when he did marry, it was for life. He is buried next to his love, Gloria Hattrick Stewart, and they were married for 45 years. Around the time of his death, he had a few different health issues going on. He had developed a pulmonary embolism, which resulted in a fatal heart attack. He had passed away at his home in Beverly Hills, which was right next door almost to Lucille Ball on Roxbury Drive. He had lived there with Gloria since 1951, and it said his last words were, "Now I get to go be with Gloria." He attended Princeton and was an architecture major, but quickly found the theater clubs, which gave him the love of acting and is great for all of us because we get to enjoy his films today. I mean, I already mentioned It's a Wonderful Life, but Rear Window, Vertigo, The Man Who Knew Too Much, You Can't Take It With You, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, The Shop Around the Corner, Harvey. So many great films that this man did in his very long career. I believe it spanned 40 years?
He controls everything else worth controlling in my state. Yes, and a man even powerful enough to control congressmen. And I saw 3 of them in his room the day I went up to see him. Senator, you, sir, I will not yield.
I just wanted to get a little bit closer. Something interesting to note, he was born in Pennsylvania in a city called Indiana, which was a little confusing to me at times while reading his biography. So it's just something to know that he finds his final resting spot here in Glendale, but like I mentioned, he did live in Los Angeles for many, many, many years and obviously had such a long and amazing career here. I think it is fitting that he should find his final resting spot on this beautiful hillside with these beautiful views and not too far away from the studios that he once worked at. I wanted to play you this scene from It's a Wonderful Life. It was Jimmy Stewart's first role back after he served in World War II, and it said that he was very nervous to film this kissing scene.
He says it's the chance for life. Now you listen to me. I don't want any plastics, I don't want any ground floors, and I don't want to get married ever to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And you're... George.
I wanted to just give you another look of the surroundings of where his grave is because it's really quite beautiful. And we're going to take a drive now. I want to show you some of the other views and a different area of this cemetery, which is huge. There are, like I said, so many notable people buried here, so I will definitely be back again. All right, that does it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming along with me to visit one of my favorite entertainers of the past, and I'm sure one of yours as well, Jimmy Stewart. Rest in peace. And until that next video, I am wishing you a super swell day, and I will see you then. Bye.